WandaVision, 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 WandaVision. This review has been brought to you by Hydra. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, another WandaVision review. But before I get into this, I just have to say, look at this freaking Funko Pop I just got a few days ago. I had to get it because it's a black and white Funko and it's Wanda with the lobster that Agnes gave her. But yeah, welcome back to another video. Today I will be reviewing episode 3 of the amazing WandaVision, so I'm just gonna get right into it. Right away, I'm gonna have to say that I love the WandaVision intro much more than the Brady Bunch intro that we've gotten this episode. It just, the beat wasn't as strong, if that even makes sense. But I also have to say that I love how the quality keeps getting better and better through the decade of sitcom, because obviously technology has just been going uphill while humanity... Jokes aside though, yeah, I love that this episode is in Technicolor, as one might say. I will say, however, I was surprised that was the small screen again, because am I just forgetting what happened in the second episode, even though I literally rewatched episode 1 and 2 right before the third one? Because I could have sworn that the screen was bigger in episode 2, but now it's back to the square shape. Either way, that's a minor detail that they're just copying the sitcom style, how it was filmed, so yeah. Now, it seems like the neighbors are malfunctioning a bit because Herb, instead of cutting his herbs, yeah, I'm like Vision with his papaya dad joke. Yeah, I love a good pun, and that was definitely one of the highlights of the episode. But back to what I was saying, yeah, he was, like, he had, like, this razor blade, whatever type of situation, that was for cutting, the bushes, and he was just, like, cutting into the brick fencing that's between his and the WandaVision residence, so that was very weird. It just seemed like he was out of character, he was malfunctioning, there's a glitch in the Matrix. We're definitely gonna get more of that, I believe, in the next episode, because I do think that when we see Wanda and Vision in their original comic costumes for Halloween, I'm 100% sure that's in the upcoming episode, because getting back to Herb malfunctioning, honestly, I just think it's like an error in Wanda's pocket reality. Like I was trying to say but got off track, I believe that happens in the next episode, because when they're in their original comic costumes for Halloween, Vision like sees more weird stuff happening and his neighbors glitching out, which he's noticing that something's happening. I guess he has good vision. Yeah, more dad jokes for all of you guys. Wanda definitely knows what's happening. She doesn't want to process it. So obviously she's like doing the whole rewind things again, with the whole Vision starting to like notice that there's something like weird happening, but then right before the time went backward, right before time rewinded, Wanda blinked, and then that happened, and then he was just talking about how they're in uncharted waters. So Wanda, come on, you got this, you can get out of it. I know that Vision is fast in general, but in this episode, I don't know why, his hair reminded me of Pietro's hair in Age of Ultron, and then when he just like did the run to Wanda to catch the papaya, it just seemed very similar to me. Again, is Vision. He's just like super computer. I was gonna say superhuman, but he's not really that. And yes, we finally know that the twins that we have been seeing in these trailers for months now are Billy and Tommy. Yeah, so is Marvel gonna introduce the whole mutant thing in the MCU? Since Disney technically now owns Fox, they have their rights back. So if they connect like the X-Men to the MCU, that'd be amazing. Obviously, they're not gonna do it through this TV soap. Maybe the multiverse? And speaking about the multiverse, I am curious if the Doctor Strange Madness movie, plot twist, what if Wanda is actually gonna be the bad guy? And I don't mean that her intentions are bad. I'm saying what if they're more manipulative? So what if at the end of this season, maybe like she warps reality in some kind of way, possibly, and then that's how they could continue this whole sitcom type of reality in the next season? Because I love the idea. I know even if they didn't continue with it, they would still do amazing, but this is just like a theory I have. But honestly, I would kind of love if they did that. You know, she's going back to her kind of villain roots, but not really. I do love how when Wanda's water broke, it was literally raining. That was kind of funny. It was pretty funny. And we're back with another Hydra reference. We did have the Hydra logo on the bar soap, but honestly, I think this one wasn't something like to look too deep into. The only thing that I could say is that it is another reference to Hydra, because we first had Tony Stark, but then we had Hydra for the watch, and then Hydra again for the soap. So is Hydra back? Could Hydra be behind this possible, like, I believe the bad guy's name is Mephisto? I might be saying it wrong or saying a completely different name, but everyone has been speculating that Agnes is Agatha, who works for him, so wouldn't be a surprise if that's what we get. Now, Monica had a sword necklace on, and obviously at the end of the episode, she got thrown out of that reality because Wanda realized she's seen that symbol before with the helicopter, with the bee suit keeper, and obviously she's affiliating these symbols with, oh, this is something bad, this is something that's trying to like stop, not necessarily her paradise, because I don't really think it's paradise at all, being stuck in something that you don't want to be in, at least for everyone else in it, because Vision, again, definitely seems very worried and concerned, whereas Wanda's like, everything's just peachy, you know, with a slight hint of her Sokovian accent, once in a while. As well, when Geraldine / Monica, I'm just so used to calling her by her actual name, is talking to, Wanda, and, like, they get more serious, the voice both of them are putting on kind of goes away when, like, they're both snapping into it. And she did say that she doesn't know who she is, but then when Wanda mentions that she has a twin, which yes, she said that, and she said his name, she's like, yeah, he was killed by Ultron, and Wanda's like, the fuck are you talking about? No, this is my perfect life. I don't know where I'm from. Well, she knows where she's from, but I don't know where I came from to get here. I don't know how I got married. I don't know anything else. Yeah, but you could tell that the scene got a lot more serious, which ultimately led to Monica being thrown out. And I did watch a video breaking it down, and I watched the new Rockstars breakdown video of it, and the guy said that when Monica was thrown out, she was still wearing the clothes that she had in that reality. So it seems like things aren't changing once they're out of it. So that could possibly do something. But things that do go into it, I believe, do change, because the toy helicopter was definitely a real helicopter. Now we're getting near the end of my review, so who knows? Again, maybe Monica actually didn't remember, and then just Wanda talking about her twin kind of just like jump-started her memory again, and she was like, oh wait, shit, yeah. But Agnes and her were acting especially suspicious in this episode. I'm really hoping that Agnes isn't actually a bad guy, because I love the actress and I enjoy the character, because when she was talking to Herb and said stop it, she said it more in like a worrying tone, like stop it, like we can't like reveal what's happening, because like maybe she knows what will happen if like this whole reality breaks down, and maybe like all of them will go with it, like possibly, who knows, she could actually be like a double agent, and she could be a good guy in disguise, and she's just following orders, but she doesn't want to do it because, again, in the trailers, I believe it's gonna be during like the Halloween themed episode, she does say, I think, help or something along the lines of that to Vision, so we will see. Again, if she is a bad guy, she could just be acting and lying, because that's what people do. The final thing I want to say is I do like how they changed the screen at the very end, how they went from the box screen to the wider view, and then how they went from that to going down there when we were being shown Monica in like the real world. But at the end of the day, I hate to say it to you, Wanda, but I don't think this was my favorite episode. I think it was actually my least favorite episode, which is kind of like shocking, because I know that there is actually a decent amount of people that actually weren't that interested in episode 1 and 2, and I was like, I fucking love that shit. That was hilarious, that was funny, that was like creepy. I would want more of that. But this episode was just all focused on her pregnancy, and like, I understand that like time is just like speeding so fast, but like I thought her pregnancy would be at least 2 episodes, but it's only 1, and we only got a 30-minute episode, which is a little bit disappointing. I really wanted it to be longer. It's reminding me with The Mandalorian, how it'd go from a long episode to even shorter and shorter and shorter until you're like, is this gonna be like a 20-minute episode? But I'm hoping that the next 6 episodes get a little bit longer. If not, I will take what I get, because I'm still okay with anything, because the show is still amazing. I think this episode was more just focused on like Wanda just getting the kids, and then from there we see what happens. But I don't know, it wasn't as entertaining as I would have hoped. But at the end of the day, it did, it was important to the plot, I will say. It wasn't just like a filler episode, because if you have a short amount of episodes, you gotta like use all of that time, because it's integral to the story. You can't just be doing side things that are like, psh, never gonna be mentioned again, which obviously they're gonna mention it again in this show, because everything is connected. Every fucking thing you see in this episode, the pineapple, the colors, the clothing, it all means something, every last detail. Yeah, I'm just joking, because everyone's finding something new in all of the episodes, and I'm like, I didn't even notice that. Fuck, should I be like taking notes down in a notebook? Anyways, that's all for today. I hope you guys liked this review. If you did like it, give a huge thumbs up, subscribe to Ben below, comment if you liked episode 3, or if you're kind of meh, you didn't hate it, but you didn't love it. and I will see you guys next time.